Tonight on Access TV, it's Gotham Comedy Live. Get ready to laugh with Matt Bergman, Catherine Williams, Adam Lucidi, Antoine Young. This week's host, Gallagher. Gotham Comedy Live, all happening right now. Ladies and gentlemen, Gallagher!
I'm going to take that as your appreciation of the fact that I didn't die of the 4 heart attacks I've had in the last 15 years. You're young people, you think this is all in the future and you don't need to worry about it now. But it's in the future. You'll be like me. God takes away your hair, He takes away your testosterone, and He takes away your eyesight real slow. It's like a torture. You actually spend your life working your way down the glasses rack at the QVC or CVS, whatever it is. I don't know why they put the glasses for young people where it's easy to get and the ones for old people. I just crawl in the store. And I actually put on the 2 5s and tell them, you don't have 3 5s. So anyway, that's the problem. The reason I had a heart attack was I didn't know I was having a heart attack. This, you could learn from this. It feels, because God, what an idiot. He puts your heart next to your stomach so you can't tell if you're about to die or need to fart. I think if I had died and I met God, He'd have probably said, you thought you had to fart, didn't you? It was die. Because I think He has a terrible sense of humor. When you think about the whole idea of laughter, He gave you laughter, but when do you laugh? When it's appropriate? No, you laugh when an old lady falls down at church. The more you ain't supposed to laugh, the funnier it is. Seems like the devil would do that, not your friend God. I want to thank you for making my underarms stink right here where I could smell it. He could put that around back where you already have a stinking problem. Then when your woman says, did you just fart? You say, no, I've been working hard. So anyway, the big problem once you get really old is pooping, because that's not anything you can just suffer with for a couple of days. I mean, it has to happen. See, girls never have this problem because they have a basket of muscles for carrying a baby. And they can push against that. If you've had a baby, ain't a turd giving you a problem. Turds don't have shoulders. I have that crocheted on a hand towel I'm selling after the show. But men have a hole in our muscles right here where our testicles, which started in our body and then went down, and that, I don't know why it didn't stay there. That's the good idea. You can go on YouTube and see my heart attacks, and you can see that somebody jumps up. What? People got cameras. They took pictures, they took movies of me, and so I wanted to see who jumped up and beat the living shit out of my chest, because my friend God thought it was a good idea to put my heart under these bones and leave my balls in a bag. If I was around at the beginning of time, I think I'd have had some input and ideas. Maybe we ought to put those tender orbs safe under these bones and put a heart down here where a man could get to it. Because I know I could make it all the way to the hospital, just squeezing on the way. Get tired, I'll just change hands and squeeze the rest of the way. Enough about me. Let's find out about you. Because I'm the host of the show here tonight, I told the other comics that I'm going to take your comedy profile and find out what makes you laugh. So it doesn't matter if you don't laugh at these 10 jokes that I'm going to use in this comedy test for your profile. And then they'll know. You know, if I tell a joke about, say, police and you don't laugh, well, then I know that you respect police, which, of course, is not the case. So let me also tell you how to tell jokes, because men need to know this. They stand around at a party and they'd like to be funny, but they don't know how to tell a joke. You start polite and then work into your dirty material. You don't just walk right up and say, how do you make pickle bread? Dildo. You don't start that way. Hey, what did the sign say on the whorehouse door? Close, beat it. Ha, ha, ha. Why don't little girls fart? They don't get assholes until they get married. See, I'm learning about you even now. So I'd like to tell a joke about Texas. Are there any Texas people here tonight? Good. Why don't they make toilet paper in Texas? Because it wouldn't take shit off of nobody. That's why. Hey. So now they'll know, don't do any country jokes, right? You see, we're learning. How do you feel about TSA agents? You know why you can't circumcise a TSA agent? There ain't no end to them pricks. That's why. Now we're going to talk about the NSA, the National Surveillance Assholes. What they're doing lately, they just did a whole study of Alice in Wonderland because they mentioned the Tea Party so much. What they're doing now is they're checking on your sex life. They want to know how often you have protected sex. So what they're doing is they're numbering the condoms. Now, you don't know this because you're not unrolling yours all the way. But if you did, notice, men, the girls are laughing at that joke. Why don't they have Walmarts in Iraq? Because they're all targets. Hey, now we're talking. Boom. I don't know if there's any Arab people here. I don't get them people. When it gets real hot, do you put a blanket over your head? No, I don't get it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that there was my part of the show, and I'm pleased to present the comedians in the next part of the show that's going to be right after this little break.
Stay tuned for more laughs on Access TV, live from the Gotham Comedy Club in New York City. Matt Bergman is taking the stage when we return.
Part of being a living legend like I am is living long enough to hear a young comedian say something like, I saw you when I was 17 years old in Buffalo, New York. And so that's what the next comedian told me, and I love him for it. And he went into comedy. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Matt Bergman.
Thank you. It's very nice. It's very nice. I just got back from performing in Jacksonville, Florida. That should mean nothing to every single one of you. I understand. That means nothing to me. My ex-girlfriend lives in Jacksonville, Florida, though. That was an odd situation. She's the younger sister of the girl I took to my high school prom. Yeah. It's no joke there. That's just the truth. People find that odd. It was hard. Hardest part, meeting the parents for the second time. Oh, yeah, not much you can say there. I'm here for the other one. Like, no, that's... How creepy is that? Now it's over. Her parents are probably terrified. She has a younger brother. Like, what if? Walked up 2 weeks. I'm here for the trifecta. We broke up in October of 2011. We had something happen in our relationship we could never, ever get over. Here's what happened. I was in Buffalo at the time. She's in Jacksonville. We weren't together, but want to see if there's still a spark in our relationship. So I fly down there. What happens, of course, right? The first day, unbelievable. It always is with an ex. I realize that now. But the first time, I'm like, oh my God, she's so amazing. Why do we ever break up? Day 4, oh, right. That's right. Totally forgot about that. But the first day was great, though. So we go out that night, and we get a little drunky poo. We go back to her parents' place. We're in the bedroom. Her parents weren't home. We're not some sort of freaks. But, we're in there, and at this point, we're doing, adult things, if you will. Trying to keep the stomach clean, right? So, and by the way, I'm not fisting her, by the way. I don't think that's what I mean. It's not what I mean by that at all. That's more advanced, okay? That's more, so more of this is going on, okay? Is everybody caught up? Fantastic, okay. And I'm behind her, too, which is very important to the story. I know there's probably some ladies there who are like, how dare you kiss and tell? Like, I know, but I didn't kiss her, so I'll tell. I have no problem telling, right? You gotta find the loophole to tell the story. So I'm doing my thing. So we're going at it for about like 5 minutes for the sake of the story. You weren't there. You don't know, right? Yeah. I can add a few minutes. So I'm doing my thing. And like halfway through like our session, she like reached back and started like pinching my testicles. Which she had never done before in our entire relationship. So, of course, my first thought is like, well, who taught you that? That's not okay to be busting out right now. Number 2, it hurt like hell, okay? I'm not gonna lie. I didn't like it, but I didn't say anything. I'm a gentleman. And plus, I didn't know what was going on. I'm like, well, maybe she read about this like Cosmopolitan, like maybe we need some like safe word from now on. I don't know. We'll talk about it after. So I keep going. And about 30 seconds later, she does it again. And this time, double the pain. Like, if you're a guy here, not to be too descriptive right now, but like fingernails, like in between the skin, like holy shit, it hurts so bad. But once again, I don't say a word. And here's why. I'm a maniac. Every time I have sex, there's a little part of me in my head that truly believes it'll be the last time I ever have sex. Right? So knowing this information, I'm like, no matter how bad this is, man, you just keep going, fight through it, drink a Gatorade, bring it. That's all. Manu Ginobili would get through this. So I keep going. But then the third time it happened, the pain that I felt, it is over 2.5. I'm cringing on this very stage. All I felt the third time was literally almost like a testicle pop. I am fine now. But in the moment, I literally yelped out. My eyes probably came out like a cartoon character. I just screamed like, oh God, ease up. Started pounding down on her back. And that was the first time I actually looked up. And that was when I realized that both her hands were still at the top of the pillow. And that's when I realized, like, oh shit, I forgot about the dog. I swear, the entire time I thought it was her 2-year-old dachshund biting my balls every time they would go back. Like a little chew toy, just going for it. I know how ridiculous it is. Here's the worst part. The dog did it twice. I kept going. What does that say about me as a human being? So, of course, I do what any man would do. I freak out. I run to the bathroom. I am there checking for blood, possibly a missing testicle. What's she doing? Other room, just laughing her ass off, just yelling at me, you want it doggy style. Well played. I should have gone for your brother. That's what I should have done. So I'm much happier now. I'm in a relationship. I've been with her for a couple of years. We just got engaged recently, so I'm very happy about that. Thank you. Yeah, I'm Very happy. She's a little bit younger than I am. I'm 31, and she is 23, which is shocking. I don't deserve a younger girlfriend. You know, like I know what I look like. You know? Like I don't know if you guys can tell or not. I have a bald spot right there. Yeah, that's not going away anytime soon. That's probably gonna be there forever. But here's the thing: she's shorter than me, so I don't think she's seen it yet. I'm pretty sure. That's what we got going on right there. But I love her, though. Her name is Kelsey. Love her. I think that's important before you marry somebody. Call me crazy. I love her. That said, I wouldn't die for her. Yeah, that seems a bit excessive. I hear guys say that all the time. I love my wife, love my girlfriend, I would die for her. You're like, nah, calm down for a second. It's a bit of a ballsy statement right there. You're gonna die? Like, I would die for Kelsey, but like only in my sleep. You know what I mean? That sounds doable. I'm very good at sleeping. I just know why guys say it. I know probably why it is, because every song on the radio tells us we have to die for a girl, right? Bruno Mars, that guy's a maniac. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? Oh, I jump from a train for you. No, I'm not. Not gonna do that one at all. Catch a bullet in the brain for you. Oh, that sounds just as bad, if not worse. I catch a grenade for. It's like, Bruno, who the fuck are you dating, man? Do you not see a pattern developing here at all? That's someone is throwing a grenade at your girl, and in your mind, like, I can work through that. No, you can't. I'm sorry. If I'm ever with Kelsey and some man approaches her with a grenade, sorry, fuck her, relationship over. Right? So you got yourself into this shit, you figure your way out, all right? I'm not losing limbs over you because you're part of some Mexican drug cartel you never told me about. Jeez, are you Walter White? It's for my 4 Breaking Bad fans. For my 7 Breaking Bad fans, all right. So we want to get a dog. That's our next big step in our relationship. I want to get a dog too. I love dogs. My only issue with dogs, besides the obvious, is that they die before you, and that's a horrible experience. I don't know if you're not. Yeah, it's horrible. It's worse than losing a human being. Let's be honest. It happened to me 7 months ago. My parents' basset hound passed away. I had to go back home to Buffalo, help bury her in the backyard. There was really one point I was sitting there, like, just digging up dirt, just bawling my eyes out, just yelling at the skies, like, why wasn't it Grandma? Like that. That would have been easier, right? She can't catch a Frisbee, and I've tried. I've certainly tried, but every time it just blasts her in the forehead, you know? It's like, step it up, lady. That's all I'm asking. You guys are great. My name is Matt Berman. Thank you very much.
Stay tuned for more laughs on Access TV, live from the Gotham Comedy Club in New York City. Catherine Williams is taking the stage when we return. Welcome back to the Access TV presentation of Gotham Comedy Live. More laughs happening right now.
Thank you. As you know, I'm a very creative person. I'm going to be selling some of my products after the show. I have a purse made out of chameleon skin, so no matter what a girl wears, it matches. And I also wanted to show you this little top I made out of men's underwear. All you do... And if a girl's tit's itchy, she can just reach in and get to it. I'm also coming out with a Playboy magazine for married guys. Every month, same girl. Over time, you just wrinkle the page. Hey, so much about me. It's time for a female's point of view on comedy. Kathleen is making her television debut here tonight. So here she is, Kathleen Williams.
You guys! I've been going to the gymnasium, trying to get down to my Asian weight. The older I get, the more scared I am of being naked in front of someone. Because even when I'm naked, I still look like someone who reads a lot. I hooked up with this one guy years ago, and right afterwards he's like, "Oh, you must have been an English major, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, how'd you know?" He's like, "Well, you talked dirty using the passive voice, then you immediately corrected yourself." I was like, "Oh, you fucked me so good. I mean, well." I'm originally from Virginia, and my family and friends back home are very worried about me because I'm not married yet at my age. Like, I'm not stone cold single. That's just my wrestling name. But I've lived in New York since '99, so I have to explain to them the difference between New York and Virginia. Like, where I come from, everyone gets married right out of college. You have 3 kids by the time you're 25. Whereas in New York, you can live here your entire life and no one will ever love you. I've actually been seeing a fella for about 9 months, so we just had our 3rd quarterly review. Gave me a massage the other night. I had no idea I carried so much tension in my breasts. I'm Catholic, but my boyfriend is Jewish. Makes things interesting. I celebrated Rosh Hashanah for the first time. It was amazing. I'd never had a date for New Year's. I love Jewish guys. They're my favorite. I don't know what it is. I always end up dating Jewish guys. And my friends always tease me. They're like, "Oh, Catherine's getting laid from right to left again." I've been on top of more Jews than the yarmulke. It's a problem. My boyfriend really wants to dress up for Halloween, and I don't. But I know a lady is expected to step up her game. So I asked him, I said, "Have you decided what kind of slut you'd like me to dress up as?" And he said, "Just be yourself." My fellow recently asked me, he said, "If you could sleep with any member of the NFL, who would it be?" And my knee-jerk response was Tom Brady. And he's like, "Great, Tom Brady, there's your answer." And I was like, "No, wait a second. In this scenario, am I Giselle?" And he's like, "No, you're you." And I was like, "Well, do I have Giselle's body?" He's like, "No, it's you. You're you." And I was like, "Well, I just want to make sure Tom Brady also has a good time." Like, I don't want Tom Brady tapping Catherine Williams. Like, this is fine, but whatever. He'll just, like, phone it in. I want to receive the same fuck Giselle received in the first 3 months of their relationship. And my boyfriend was like, "You're crazy. It's a fantasy. It could be whatever you want." And I was like, "Well, in my sexual fantasy, I'm not there." I recently got into my first bar fight. Woo! I was at my favorite bar. I was like, "I'll have some beers, some wings, great." And there are all these young folks in the bar, like 22, 23. They're still really shiny. And there were these 2 guys throwing a frisbee back and forth inside the bar. And it eventually hit me in the head. Now, I know I'm getting old. I know I'm getting old because I grabbed the guy's frisbee. I said, "You see this? This is mine now. I was like, why do you have to throw a frisbee in a bar? And he's like, well, me and all my buddies here, we're in a social sports league, so it's cool. I was like, whatever. Then this girl comes up to me, clearly a friend of his, looks at him, looks at me, and she's like, hey, you need to show my captain some respect. I was like, honey, I'm 37. I'm a week late. I'm trying to drink the baby away. I don't know you shit. I love children. I donated a Nuva ring to Salvation Army. Is that weird? I've been trying to give back. I don't know. I know I'm getting old because I judge the way younger folks dress. Like the young fellas are wearing the skinny jeans now. Makes me very uncomfortable. I don't want to see the bulge of some sad hipster weenus. Can hipsters even get boners? I think a boner suggests enthusiasm. I did some things in my 20s. I'm not proud of it. I'll admit it. I slutted it up nice and good. I was usually heartbroken. I'd be madly in love, and I'd get dumped. I'd just get right back out there. And I think my thinking was, if I can just get enough dicks inside of me, one of them will eventually touch my heart. My dad loves that joke. Loves it. Loves it so much. My dad is a 75-year-old devout Irish Catholic widower from the Bronx. And he's old now, but he was old at 35. He came out of the womb with a mortgage and ulcer, doers on the rocks. And I don't know if you guys know this, Irish Catholics don't have feelings. Like, I was proposed to 3 years ago, and I said no, which is a tough thing to do, but it's what you should do if that's the way you feel. But I made the mistake of calling my dad afterwards, and I was just in hysterics. I was like, Dad, the only man who's ever loved me proposed, and I said no, and I'm gonna die alone, I'm never gonna have a baby, and I really want to get a dog, but I'm never home. And my poor dad was just ill-equipped. He's like, you're gonna be sad. You're gonna be sad for a good long while, but then you get yourself a new hairdo and you'll be fine. And that's when I became a redhead. Yeah. I was recently hanging out with my little niece, Wendy. She's 4 years old, blonde hair, blue eyes, adorable, hardcore speech impediment. But that just makes everything she says sound even cuter. Like, even when it's awful. Like, we're hanging out, she just looks at me and she's like, Aunt Cash, you're an old maid. And I was like, oh yeah? Good luck getting someone to fuck you with that lisp. I'm Catherine Williams, you guys. Thank you so much.
Stay tuned for more laughs on Access TV. Live from the Gotham Comedy Club in New York City. Adam Lucidi is taking the stage when we return.
For the next number in my fashion show, I'd like to show you the bargain that you can get on the 70 and 80% off skirts. Man, you can wear this as a top. $10. Is this happening or what? $10. All right, our next comedian says he's not gay. But he has his hat on backwards, so he obviously is having a problem figuring out which is the front and the back. Also making his TV debut. His name is Adam Lucidi.
Wow. You guys are amazing. Keep that applaud going. Graduated not that long ago. Let's hear it for learning. Graduated from California University of Pennsylvania. And I hate telling people that because that's the reaction I get. I'll be like, hey, I graduated from California University. And they're just like, oh. And then I say of Pennsylvania, their heads explode. It's amazing. Like, is that a place? Yes, believe me, it's a place. I'm not that creative to come up with something. How can I make California University funny? I'll just add up Pennsylvania. Waka waka! So now I got the degree from Cal U of PA. And it's not even a degree, it's a receipt. Like, seriously. They just gave it to me in a frame. It was like, good luck, peckerhead. You ain't getting shit with that. I can't even get a job at Spencer's Novelty Gifts. Are you kidding me? I applied for a job at Spencer's Novelty Gifts. The manager was like, you're gonna have to be drug tested. What for? To make sure I'm on drugs? Have you guys seen the shit that they sell? I like how this woman's shaking her head like, yeah, I go there week after week. It gets worse and worse. 2 weeks ago, I was in there, I was just hitting it with dicks everywhere. I don't know if it was confetti or beads, or if it was Casual Friday and all the employees had their dicks out. I had to take a phone interview with Spencer's. How prestigious. The results came back. They were unfavorable. You guys know what unfavorable means? Officially, I am not qualified to sell black lights and dick lollipops. Because we're lied to. We are. I don't mean to turn this into a town meeting all of a sudden, but we're lied to. There are people that sit us down at an early age and they go, hey, hey, hey. Once you go to college, and once you get that piece of paper, all your dreams are gonna come true. You're gonna wake up every day. There's gonna be a guy at the foot of your bed. He's gonna hand you a puppy and a bag of money every fucking day. Listen, this is the same group of assholes that told us all, collectively, hey, hey, hey. Don't you take those tags off of those Beanie Babies. Those are gonna be worth something someday. I've been trying to pay off college loans with Beanie Babies for the past 5 months. Do you understand me? I'm like, hey, here's 5 purple platypus. Knock off 2,200. They're like, no, no. Maybe you had a Princess Di Bear. Maybe we would knock 2,200 off. But for 5 purple platypus, get that shit out of here, kid. You guys are awesome, man. I want to thank you guys. I want to thank you guys for coming out on a Thursday, having fun, and not sitting at home watching some shit on TV. Like, seriously, there's some shit on TV. Can we agree? Again, turned into a town meeting. Yeah. Now, I've been listening to you guys the whole show. You guys sound like you've been having fun. I feel like if I share this, we're at a point in our relationship where you're not going to judge me. Okay? I was addicted to the TV show The Voice. For those of you who don't know, it's another singing show. Okay? And they have 4 judges in chairs. If they hear something that they like, they press a button based off of how the singer sounds, not how they look. Okay? I got tired of this show really quick. Because I was watching every episode, hoping for that one time to come around and then be like, oh, wow. Wow, no! Whoa! Wow! Whoo, that is heinous. What in hell is going on with your face? My team has a quota. They have to have both eyeballs. That is ridiculous. That is not coming on Team CeeLo. I was watching Forrest Gump the other day on TBS. Listen, anytime Forrest Gump is on TBS, clear my schedule. I'm watching it. I'm watching it. I don't give a shit if it's 4 hours long with commercials. But do you guys realize technology has fucked everything up? Smartphones, everything. Do you guys realize that if Forrest Gump was waiting for a bus now, in our generation, and as soon as he sat down next to you on that bench, and as soon as he opened his mouth, and as soon as he said the words, "Mama said they was my magic shoes," each and every one of you in here would have went, you would tweet about him. You would tweet about poor Forrest. You'd say, there's a guy sitting next to me talking about how he drank 15 Dr. Peppers at the White House. Hashtag new legs, new legs. I'm thankful. I'm thankful. My family raised me on all the old school shit. I know All in the Family. I know I Love Lucy. I know the original Looney Tunes. Do you guys realize there's a generation coming up now not gonna have any idea of what the original Looney Tunes are like? That's bullshit. And again, I don't know why I'm like, hey, let's grab our torches and pitchforks and go find these assholes. But I will say this, I think that the creators of the Looney Tunes were a bunch of assholes. Some of you guys pulled back like Adam, do tell more, I'm gonna. Every character had a speech impediment on the Looney Tunes. Daffy and Sylvester had the lisp. Porky Pig, stuttering all over the place. Wile E. Coyote, mute. Yosemite Sam, clearly Tourette's. Probably a lot of domestic disputes at his place, too. I just picture him shooting table after table, just racking, sacking, varmint. The cop's like, this is the 5th fucking time we've been here this week. Foghorn Leghorn. I say. Just say it. I have shit to do today, you prick. Finish your story. I ain't got time for this. Can you imagine Foghorn Leghorn on Twitter? You only have 140 characters to get your thought in. He'd be sitting there at his keyboard going, I say. Foghorn, just hashtag I say. That's all you gotta do. Hashtag it. Only one I can't put my finger on, Tweety Bird. I taw. A putty tat. Tweety Bird cannot say THs, S's, or C's. What speech impediment is that? I've looked it up and down on WebMD. I can't find that shit anywhere. And more importantly, can you imagine having a friend like that? Like you two were sitting at a diner somewhere, you're like, what are you gonna get? And she was like, well, I think I'm gonna tart with a Tide towel and did a toke to drink. Did you just have a stroke? What the fuck is wrong with you? I wanna know what that speech impediment is. I don't know why I'm locking eyes with you like you figured out. You report to me on Monday. Guys, you guys were absolutely awesome. Thank you guys so much.
Stay tuned for more laughs on Access TV, live from the Gotham Comedy Club in New York City. Antoine Young is taking the stage when we return. Welcome back to the Access TV presentation of Gotham Comedy Live. More laughs happening right now.
Hey, Gallagher, what is that shirt you're wearing? Well, that's the cover of my new album available on the internet. Here's one I wore at one of my shows, and it's dirty, but I autographed it. Who wants that? Our next and last comedian was on a show that Magic Johnson had. It was called We Got Next. His name's Antoine Young.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. I want y'all ladies to have a good time tonight. Hope y'all have a lot of drinks. So I can look good to y'all tonight. I'm an ugly dude. That wasn't a joke yet, sir, but go ahead. No, I just found out the other day I was hanging at this girl's house. She said she have a jealous boyfriend. So we kicking it. She get a phone call from her boyfriend saying he on his way home. I said, oh, well, do you want me to leave? She said, nah, he ain't gonna care about you. I said, this is some BS. I said, this is messed up. The highlight of my life is a one-night stand. And I bought that at IKEA. I said, this is a nice looking nightstand. Too bad it's only one of them. Just one night stand. I'm broke, super broke. Being broke got me doing broke things. Like, I was riding around the other day looking for a Payless outlet. I was like, Payless doesn't have an outlet anywhere? I ain't gonna never get any shoes. I finally got a date, though. I did finally get a date. Finally got a date, yeah. The girl, she knew I didn't have that much money. She said we can go to the movies and we could just go Dutch. That means you pay your half and I pay my half. I said, better yet, let's go African American. And sneak me in through the back. It's crazy out here. I'm looking for a job and going around filling out these job applications. Don't you hate when you go to a place and you're there all day filling out an application and you finally turn it in? They be like, we're not hiring, but we're still accepting applications. You be like, what you accepting the application for then? What, y'all having a raffle? Go ahead and just throw mines away. And it seems like there's only one business to make applications for like all businesses. Because I went to McDonald's, they had things on the application that shouldn't have been on there. Like they asked me for my experience. They asked me for my experience on the McDonald's application. I was like, well, I made something to eat on the way up here. Is that cool? Is that enough experience for you? Thank you. At the bottom of the application, it said, hey, you're being convicted of a felony or misdemeanor. If so, explain. Why they only leave 2 lines? Can I get a few more lines so I can let you know my story? Well, I was supposed to abbreviate the whole thing. At the top, you put your contact information. They asked me for my name, address. They asked me for my work number. I said, if I already had a job, I wouldn't be filling out this application. And I definitely wouldn't be telling y'all about it. Got to the back of the application, they asked for references. They always ask you, how long have you known this person? How long have you known this person? Everybody gonna put some years. What's somebody gonna put well, I've been knowing James, 3 weeks now? I've been knowing Doug for about 2 days. Let me use him. I got an interview, though. I did get an interview for the McDonald's. I got an interview. The guy, he said, so why do you want to work for this company? I said, because I need some money. What I was supposed to say, what I had a cheeseburger when I was 6 years old? And ever since then, I knew this is the place for me. It's getting crazy out here, though. They got the weirdest job. They got the strangest job. Have y'all noticed they got the people at the corner with these street signs? They let you know where the subways are at or where you can get your taxes done. I seen this one guy. He had the sign. He was swinging it, twirling it, throwing it in the air, catching it. I was like, well, can you hold it still so I can read it? I was like, you got the simplest job, and you can't even do that correct. I know those people are advertising differently, too. I know those people are advertising on a vehicle. I think it's cool to advertise on your vehicle, but don't do it if you're driving a jacked-up vehicle. This dude had this busted 89 Honda Accord, and on the side of his vehicle, he had financial advisor. I was like, who's he giving advice to? MC Hammer? Wesley Snipes? It's getting bad for me. I had to turn in my change the other day for some cash. I went to the Coinstar machine. Y'all familiar with the Coinstar machine? Yeah. Turn your change for cash. Ain't it a bit ironic that they call it a Coinstar machine? Because I never heard nobody turn their last little bit of change for some cash that was really feeling like a star at that point. I felt they could have gave it any name and people would have still used it. They could have called it Coin Machine, Coin Place, Coin Station. They had to call it Coinstar. It's like they almost making fun of you. Like they're being sarcastic. Like they saying, no, you're not a millionaire. You're not a thousandaire. Well, you're no type of dollaraire whatsoever, though, but you do possess a lot of change, though. You know what you are? You're a Coinstar. That's so messed up. I sit at home all day, all I do is watch TV. I love TV a lot. Yeah, the best thing I love about TV, I love commercials. My friend, he asked me the other day, he was like, Antoine, if you used to do a commercial, what commercial would you love to do? I told him plain and simple, the herpes commercial. Because everybody on there seems so happy and free. Like you got the guy, he's riding on a horse. The girl, she's jogging on the beach. And there's another guy, he's pushing his wife or his girlfriend on this tire swing. And when it first come on, they say, I have genital herpes. I was like, dang. I kind of want the herpes myself. Seemed like it'll be super cool. Make my life better. And why had I seen this commercial on regular TV? Shouldn't this commercial be like on some kind of Playboy channel or Adult Network? Like, aren't little kids seeing the commercial? Could you imagine a little boy watching the commercial and seeing how happy everybody is, then go to his mom and be like, Mommy, can I have the herpes for Christmas? Or he'd be in school, it's his birthday, the teacher asks him what he want. He'd be like, so little Johnny, what would you like for your birthday? He'd be like, a Tonka truck. Okay, that's nice. A Superman action figure collection. Okay. And the herpes. Just like my mom. I love at the end of the commercial, though. I do love at the end of the commercial because they always say, please consult with a physician if you may be suffering from advanced HIV or bone marrow disease before using this drug. They say, please consult with a physician if you may be suffering from advanced HIV, advanced HIV, advanced HIV. And I was like, this dude's not taking care of his HIV. What make you think he's gonna take care of his herpes? What are you gonna be like with his HIV? I'm not tripping about, but these herpes, I can't go on living with them. Last thing before I go, I want you guys to make sure you guys are practicing safe sex. Make sure you guys are practicing safe sex. I don't understand that term, practice safe sex. Why don't just say have safe sex? What's the difference between practicing safe sex and having safe sex? Like, how do I practice safe sex? What does that mean, jacking off with a condom on? Like, what are you doing? I'm practicing. That's pretty neat, though, because next time we get caught with somebody's wife or their girlfriend, the guy bust in on me, he be like, hey, what are you doing with my wife? I'm like, apparently I got a condom on. So obviously we were just practicing. For you. That's my time. Thank you, guys. My name is Anton Young.
Stay tuned for more laughs on Access TV, live from the Gotham Comedy Club in New York City.
We're back. Hey! Thank you. Let's have our comedians up here.